Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope you're all having a wonderful day. As for me, I've been busy. I made a website for Iceberg Charts, and it's a fully fledged thing too. You can make an account, post icebergs, comment on them, and chat with other members of the community. It's great! But first, some backstory. Iceberg charts are a pretty old and interesting meme. Essentially, they are images that contain information on a specific topic, and they are divided into layers. The first layers are usually stuff everyone knows about or aren't too disturbing, but delving deeper into the bottom layers, you'll find entries that are more esoteric or more horrifying, and even illegal content sometimes. Yeah, I know you already know what iceberg charts are, it's just that video essays dictate unnecessary exposition, and now that I acknowledged it, it's all better, right? Anyway, back in 2019 or so, iceberg charts had an explosion in popularity, with multiple images being shared across sites like 4chan or Reddit, while YouTubers started making explanation videos detailing each entry, and those videos were an absolute view goldmine. That brings us to a site called icebergcharts.com, created by someone simply known online as Coda. Not much is known about him, besides the fact he's German, he's made other websites like miserypark.net, and that he likes Python. The site was created back in 2021, and at its core, it was a social media platform where people could create iceberg charts and talk about them, along many other functionalities that allowed further customization and community engagement. Of course, it wasn't all peachy, the site had its ups and downs, its own controversies as well, but overall it was a great place for anyone interested in iceberg charts, either as a creator or just someone that likes obscure shit. Hell, even though I never was an active member of the community, I loved exploring random icebergs, seeing what I could find. That's how I discovered hidden gems like Dr. Boss and Adverse Rot. It felt like exploring the internet of old, where there was no rage bait or engagement farming, and you never knew what you'd find. Could be something esoteric, something interesting, or some guy stretching his asshole for no reason whatsoever. But unfortunately, nothing good lasts forever. A few months ago, Coda made a post on the front page of the site. In short, the site will shut down on April 12th this year due to security issues and severe burnout. This created a rift in the community, with some members respecting Coda's decision, while others condemned him for not wanting to transfer ownership to someone else, or for closing the site in the first place. Regardless of anyone's opinion, at the end of the day, it's his site, and he's free to do as he pleases with it. As for the ownership transfer argument, things aren't as simple. Iceberg Charts was a proper social media platform, with user accounts, profiles, comments, pretty much everything you'd expect from a forum-like site. Giving away a massive database of personal info and internet history is not only a huge security risk, but also complicated as fuck. I don't know what technologies were used to create the website, but front-end code integrated with a back-end system to such a scale is pretty much a house of cards, ready to fall apart at the slightest breeze. Even if Coda did give the site to someone else, that someone else would have to be very knowledgeable of not only the entire codebase, but of the community as well. It's just not worth the risk, and I understand why Coda made this decision. Still, even though almost all iceberg charts have been archived, it's a massive blow to the community. The alternatives to making and sharing icebergs pale in comparison, and the website was one of the last bastions of the old internet, uncucked from corporations and their greed. Unfortunately though, not much else can be done besides archiving everything. And so, I stood watching the iceberg charts front page, hoping desperately for something to change. But alas, the site's termination was set in stone, and nothing could be done to prevent this great community from fading away into obscurity. Then one day I had an idea. I'm a web developer, right? So why don't I make an iceberg charts website to kinda like continue the legacy? How hard could it be? Well, let me tell you, it's been a hell of an experience so far. The mission statement at first was simple: create a website where someone can sign up, make their own account, and then create and post their iceberg charts. I don't have a lot of experience with backend systems, so I decided to use the simplest and most automated tools for the job. Also, styling wasn't really a consideration at the start, I just wanted to make the basic functionalities and throw them at the wall to see what happens. Iceberg charts looked more like tier lists at first, but the info was saved somewhere at least. Okay, so we have a very basic system live and ready to go. Now all I needed was some test subjects, users, to try things out and see if the community would be interested in such a project. So I made a post on Reddit sharing the website's link and what you can do with it, and damn, it pulled some pretty good numbers. The community was clamoring for the Iceberg Charts legacy to continue on, and my mind was set. I'd have to see this project through to the end. It's been a very hectic month or so, but my progress has been swift and steady, and now I think the website is good enough to show the world. So here it is, Iceberg Threads. I've been grinding like a maniac trying to implement all the features and functionalities from the original site, while also giving it a more modern and sleek appearance. Plus, I don't know shit about proper design, so it keeps things simpler for me as well, somewhat. Anyway, this is a constant work in progress and a collaborative effort. I have to give my deepest thanks to the Iceberg Charts community for embracing the project and helping it grow with its contributions and suggestions. Without you guys, it wouldn't be possible, so you have my eternal gratitude. But I've yapped on long enough. What is Iceberg Threads all about? Let me give you a quick tour of the site. As a logged out user, you can browse all the publicly available safe for work icebergs, filter them by category, search via a specific keyword, and go to a random chart. You can do so much more when you log in though. You can customize your profile with a name, profile pic, banner image, description, and socials. Yeah, I totally stole YouTube's design on that one. I'm not a very imaginative person. You can also do all the standard account management stuff and activate NSFW mode if you want to see icebergs containing more disturbing or adult-oriented content. And judging by all the YouTube videos covering Iceberg Charts, I'm sure you'll turn this mode on immediately. Anyway, viewing icebergs isn't all you can do when you log in. You can like or dislike them, and yes, there is a dislike counter, suck it YouTube, and favorite them as well. Likes and favorites are their own pages if you want quick access to them. You can also export an iceberg in various file formats if you want to preserve it offline, and you can even propose entries to be added to any iceberg that accepts them. And you can even comment on an iceberg and chat with other users. Pretty cool, right? What else though? What else can you do? Oh yeah, you can make your own Iceberg Charts. After all, that's really the main point of the site, isn't it? The editor itself deserves a video of its own because honestly, there is so much shit you can do with it. Add entries, categories, subcategories, custom images, links, descriptions, tags, collaborators. Almost all the functionalities from the original site are here. You can even import your old archived HTML documents from Iceberg Charts, although it's still an experimental feature and I cannot guarantee it will work flawlessly. But there's so much you can do, it's insane! Almost as insane as the amount of work I put into making all these features while keeping the design practical and somewhat beginner friendly. In some cases, I really struggled to create menus that would offer all the necessary functionalities without overwhelming the user. But for such a fresh website, I think it's going pretty well. Anyway, there is always room for improvement, and the community has helped a lot with its recommendations. But this is just the beginning. This site is like a month old, and there is still so much to do. I have a huge backlog of community suggestions I'm working on as we speak, and I have my own ideas once they're completed. And maybe one day I'll even clean up the absolute tragedy that is my codebase. But there is more I want to do besides developing this website. I'd like to be a more active part of the community. I don't know if I have the energy to make explainer videos or massive Iceberg Charts, but maybe we can all gather together for streams that feature your Iceberg Charts. Kinda like a live exploration sort of thing. If you want to become a part of the Iceberg Charts community, you can sign up to the website, join the subreddit and the Discord as well. And if you want to support the website and help keep it running ad-free, you can join my Patreon, which will also be further developed. Hopefully, the closure of the original website is not the end of Iceberg Charts, but the beginning of a new era where the meme will once again be as relevant as it was a few years ago. Thank you Coda for creating the amazing icebergcharts.com, thank you everyone for helping this project get off the ground, and thank you for watching. Have a great day, take care and have fun. Bye bye.